My love, hi, welcome back. Let me tell you something. I'll get a download from source, okay? It'll be a phrase, whatever the case may be. And I'll be like, that sounds really good. Like, I think I really resonate with that. But also, I forget that whenever I have a conversation with y'all, I have to have that conversation with myself first. And it be rough. It be rough on your girl. I really be having to work through this shit because this is my real life. Like, this is not a performance. This is a conversation. So, give me grace. Be gentle with me as I am striving to be gentle with myself. I spent a lot of my life, too much of my life, hiding not from other people, but from myself. I I don't know. I think I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of my potential. I was afraid of who I would become. A lot of times we have this idea, this concept of who we'd like to be, but we find ourselves afraid of that very thing that we want to be. And I really think it was more than that. I like control. I like pretty things. I like things that are carefully crafted with a bow. But when I myself didn't meet my standards of rigid control, of, I guess when I didn't fit into this box that I created myself, it made me not be all of myself. I myself am a walking contradiction. I'm funny. I'm childish, meaning like my inner child, like she takes over a lot of times. But I'm also very serious. I'm very confident, but I'm also very insecure. And I think we live in a world, or it may just be my world, where two things on the opposite end of the spectrum cannot exist. But my love, we are fluid beings. We are ever evolving beings. And I think that my perception of me, my expectation of me, it wasn't met. And it's even, I don't know what word to use. It's more intense now because I found myself in the midst of transformation. And I don't know if the fact that I decided to stop hiding triggered the transformation, or if the transformation itself triggered my want, my need, my desire to hide from the evolution that is me. The thing is, we are here and it really don't even matter. The the escape, it's so sweet, but it's also neglect. It's fear, it's torture, it's literally a marathon to see how far I can get from my true self. And so I would immerse myself in anything and anybody who would let me. And in the moment, it feels so good. It's very easy. It's a very easy thing to do until it's not. I really be running but chasing at the same time. Hear me out. I was chasing a specific outcome, a specific feeling, a specific experience. And I was running from anything that didn't resemble that specific outcome, that specific experience, that specific feeling. I felt depleted. Actually, so fucking exhausted, bruh. I didn't recognize myself. I don't think I wanted to, though, because when you think about it, literally speaking, when you run from something or someone, You continue to create distance between you and that thing or that person. And the further you get away, the less you remember about that person. In this instance, yourself. I didn't know her. I didn't want to know her. But I was being haunted. I am being haunted by the parts of me that are begging for light, to be seen, to be held, to be understood. And they just will not stop knocking. So what do? I stop running because I'm tired. I'm afraid, but bravery isn't not being afraid. It is doing the thing, whatever it is, even when you are afraid. The fear for me does not outweigh the exhaustion. The fact that I am energetically exhausted. Because hiding, running, it takes so much energy. It takes literally everything out of you to be someone. Hide yourself from the world, yes, but also myself. The fear doesn't outweigh the lack of self-acceptance. It doesn't outweigh the lack of autonomy. Because who are you? You know, if you're not allowing those parts of you that are begging for light, for love, to be seen and be heard, you're no one. Life kind of feels meaningless. I'm gonna be real with y'all. When you hear I'm done running, you know, I'm no longer running. I'm choosing myself. I'm putting me first. That shit is ugly. The process, especially when you've done the opposite for a really long time, is challenging, and you have to set boundaries, lose expectations, because you got to remember you are in a relationship with the universe. You are literally dancing, two-stepping with the universe. So there is no need to set expectations, but the need for boundaries with yourself and boundaries with other beings. You have to set those boundaries, and that should be a lot harder than what you think. You have to establish those boundaries and stand up for yourself, because that's a part of not hiding. You have to establish them with people, with things that you never thought you would have to. And that shit is tough. It's not this pretty picture that we often see, we often visualize. I mean, don't get me wrong, the ending, I think the when the butterfly comes out the cocoon, or when we finally bloom, yeah, it's beautiful, but like, I literally had to fight to get here. I had to fight myself to get here, because that's another thing. In the midst of choosing to choose yourself, in the midst of choosing to no longer run, no longer hide, you enter this space where you literally feel like you are fighting yourself, where you literally feel like you are at odds with yourself, because my love, you are. You are beating ass to get to the you that you really are, to the you that you really need in this moment, the you that you really need right now. It take beating a couple bitches ass, and it's me. I am the ass that I am beating. There is this ongoing battle with your higher consciousness and lower vibrations. This ongoing battle between your soul, divine alignment, your intentions, and your ego. Fear, temptation, self-doubt, all the ugly parts of us that we very much accept, because we have to accept them and embrace them if we want to make it out this shit. You feel me? It's so, and that's the thing about the time we're living in. We're really in the future. But it is so easy to distract yourself from truth, from divine alignment, from purpose, from source, from who you truly are. It's so easy, and that's why so many of us do it. And that's why so many of us get so stuck in these karmic cycles and these karmic loops, because it's easy. But my love, you deserve to shed. You deserve to break free and bloom. Get rid of these toxic karmic cycles and loops that is getting you far away from your truth. That shit is not serving us. So we gonna fight our way out this shit. We gonna fight our way out this shit. We gonna love our way out this shit. We gonna cry our way out this shit. The amount of times I cried yesterday when working through this, the thing is, like, yes, this shit was tough to work through, but also was a little bit of luteal phase drama happening. The girls who get it, unfortunately. But that's what shedding looks like. That's what releasing looks like. That's what blooming looks like. That's what metamorphosis looks like. It looks like tears. It looks like an existential crisis. It looks like lack of autonomy. It looks like losing the very thing that we wanted so badly, which is that control. Because you learn that when you lose control, when you decide that you no longer need control, you get it. You gain that autonomy. You get it all back once you decide that I don't really need any of these things. All I need is my soul. All I need is me. All I need is source energy. All I need is divine alignment. And I'm going to be okay. It will be okay. That has been my thing that I've been saying to myself, mantra, if you will, affirmation, if you will. It's okay. I was stressed over small things. I'm not going to cap to you though. My bang yang, I did this bang 5 times today and it's still not perfect. But it's okay. I forgot to do whatever, or that didn't turn out how I wanted to turn out. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't drink enough water today. It's okay. We have tomorrow. We can try again tomorrow. It's okay, my love. It's okay. Me to me, me to you. That's what I love about these conversations. Everything that I create, I needed it for myself. Yesterday, I was down and out so bad. I didn't even feel like myself. I had to turn on another version of myself. I turned on a video of me, my affirmations, because in that moment I was like, damn, you really be creating this shit for yourself. You really be creating space for yourself and anybody else who needs it. I love that for me. I love that for us and anybody who's here. The space in between hiding and choosing to be seen and choosing to shine the light on all parts of you, no matter how ugly those parts are, no matter how real those parts are. It feels like unwanted exposure. It feels like save me from myself. Okay? It feels like get me out of here. Why are we still here? Because that's what I want to know. How are we still here? Because to be honest, I feel like, and that's me being impatient. That's me having expectations. I'm a work in progress, okay? But I feel like I've been here for a really long time. I feel like I've been in this karmic cycle, this karmic loop for a really long time. But the thing is, my soul already knows what's up. My soul already knows why we're here. My mind and my emotions, they just playing catch up. And that's okay. That's all right. I'm going to take my time with her. I'm going to take my time. I'm in no rush. Despite how the rest of the world may operate, that ain't none of my business. I am in no rush. I'm giving myself the time and the space that I need to be who I need to be for my mind and emotions to catch up with my soul. What else can I do? The question remains, though. Have I stopped running? Sometimes, yeah, I stopped for a minute to catch my breath because I'm tired. I stopped for a minute to pivot, to breathe, to thank Source for trusting me, for creating me, for allowing me to just be here, existing, taking up space. And in those sacred moments, I feel so fucking good. I feel so enough. I feel so light. It honestly feels like divinity. It's unexplainable, and it's one of those things that you really gotta be there to actually know what I'm talking about. But I'll do my best to describe it for you though. It feels like a deep breath. It feels like a last breath. What I imagine a last breath would feel like. It feels like letting go. It feels like detachment. It feels like a dance with the cosmos. It feels like unity. You know, we're often told not to give our thoughts too much attention, too much power. And I agree. But I also think that we shouldn't ignore them, especially the ones that keep on knocking, especially the ones that are begging for light, begging to be seen and heard. They keep knocking for a reason, and if you keep ignoring them, they're gonna keep knocking, so you might as well answer them. Give them light, free them, free yourself. Because denying those loud ones is like denying parts of yourself. And babe, we've done that for way too long. That shit is, it's dead. It's gone. Okay? These parts that we are so adamant on denying, those are the parts that need to be held the most. You feel me? Those are the parts that need to be worked through the most, seen the most, healed the most. And you already know this. I'm just saying what you already know. I'm just saying what your soul already knows. You know this. So we gotta give them light, understanding, so they don't haunt us. They don't control us from the shadows. Evolution, alchemy, transformation, authenticity, freedom. It happens when we choose to shine the light on the dark parts of ourselves, the contradicting parts of ourselves, the ugly parts of ourselves. And in that process of choosing, we decide to love ourselves anyway. We decide to hold ourselves anyway. That's sentimental as fuck. That's intimate as fuck. And it's making me a little emotional. As spiritual beings, having this human experience, there will always be something to work through. I don't care. There is always going to be something to work through, regardless if it was from yesterday, 10 years ago, or both. There will always be something to work through, to heal, to alchemize. That's just the facts. The opportunity to love yourself, to hold yourself, to accept yourself, no matter how ugly it gets, no matter how real it gets, no matter how hard it gets, will continue to present itself as long as you're breathing. And you can either run or make room. My love, the choice is nobody but yours.